have stroked a hand over his silky blonde hair as she told him to stay, to sleep, he would have wandered up to the nursery before she'd finished Marie Rose's midnight feeding. She missed him. Another ache in the belly. But as she slipped into her night wrapper, she remembered he would be back the next day. She would start watching for him in the morning, waiting to see him come galloping down the allée of oaks. No matter what anyone thought or said, she would run out to meet him. Her heart would leap. Oh, it always leaped when he sprang down from his horse and lifted her off her feet into his arms. And at the New Year's ball, they would dance. She hummed to herself as she lit a candle, shielding it with her hand as she moved to the bedroom door, out into the corridor of the great house where she had once been a servant and was now, well, if not daughter of the house, at least wife of its son. The nursery was on the third floor of the family wing. That was a battle she'd fought with Lucien's mother and lost. Josephine Manet had definite rules about behavior, domestic arrangements, traditions. Madame Josephine, Abigail thought, as she moved quickly and quietly past the other bedroom doors, had definite ideas on everything. Certainly that a 3-month-old baby belonged in the nursery, under the care of a nursemaid, and not in a cradle tucked into the corner of her parents' bedroom. Candlelight flickered and flew against the walls as Abigail climbed the narrowing stairs. At least she'd managed to keep Marie Rose with her for 6 weeks, and had used the cradle that was part of her own family's traditions. It had been carved by her grand-père. Her own mother had slept in it, then had tucked Abigail in it 17 years later. Marie Rose had spent her first nights in that old cradle, a tiny angel with her doting and nervous parents close at hand. Her daughter would respect her father's family and their ways, but Abigail was determined that her child would also respect her mother's family and learn their ways. Josephine had complained about the baby, about the homemade cradle, so constantly that she and Lucien had given in. It was, Lucien said, the way water wears at rock. It never ceases, so the rock gives way or wears down. The baby spent her nights in the nursery now, in the crib made in France, where Manet babies had slept for a century. It was a proper, if not cozy, arrangement, Abby comforted herself. Her petite Rose was a Manet. She would be a lady. And as Madame Josephine had pointed out again and again, other members of the household were not to have their sleep disturbed by fretful cries. However such matters were done in the Bayou, here in Manet Hall, children were tended in the nursery. How her lips curled when she said it. Bayou, as if it were a word to be spoken only in brothels and bars. It didn't matter that Madame Josephine hated her, that Monsieur Henri ignored her. It didn't matter that Julien looked at her the way no man should look at his brother's wife. Lucien loved her. Nor did it matter that Marie Rose slept in the nursery. Whether they were separated by a floor or a continent, she felt Marie Rose's needs as she felt her own. The bond was so strong, so true, it could never be broken. Madame Josephine may win battles, but Abigail knew she herself had won the war. She had Lucien and Marie Rose. There were candles glowing in the nursery. Claudine, the nursemaid, didn't trust the gaslight. She already held Marie Rose and was trying to quiet her with a sugar tit, but the baby's fists were shaking little balls of rage. "Such a temper she has." Abigail set the candle down and was laughing as she crossed the room, her arms already outstretched. "Knows what she wants and when she wants it." Claudine, a pretty Cajun with sleepy dark eyes, gave the baby a quick cuddle, then passed her off. "She hardly made a fuss yet. Don't know how you hear her way off downstairs." "I hear her in my heart. There now, baby. Mama's here." "Diaper's wet." "I'll change her." Abigail rubbed her cheek on the baby's and smiled. Claudine was a friend, a battle won. Having her established in the nursery, in the household, gave Abigail comfort and the companionship none of Lucien's family would offer her. "Go on back to bed. Once she's nursed, she'll sleep till morning."